I dictated mine. I dictated my entire book. I worked with a publishing company, and they gave us the framework as to how to approach it. I wrote the book in 6 months. I think it was 6 months. And again, I used one of the apps that I dictated into it. It transcribed it, and then we put it all together. And I love that because I can, while I'm driving, I can dictate. While I'm waiting on an appointment, I can dictate.
Hey everyone, it's Jen Foster here with the Elite Publishing Podcast. Really excited today to be interviewing a best-selling author, Dr. Candace Holmes, who helps people and parents with their children for ADHD or autism with neurofeedback. So welcome, Candace.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate you.
Tell us the title of your book and tell us a little bit about why you decided you wanted to write a book.
Thank you. This book is called Transform Your Brain with Neurofeedback. Restore your thoughts, restore your focus, reduce anxious thoughts, and revitalize depressed moods. That subtitle gets me.
Yeah, I have a hard time memorizing my subtitles too.
What's my subtitle? I wrote this because a lot of people that I came across when I was doing networking had never heard of neurofeedback. And I understand because I didn't know about it either. And I wanted to give the public a way to understand what it is and what it is and what it isn't in a straightforward way so that you don't have to go to a glossary to understand what the words are that are in the book. So it is for everyday people. I tell people I'm not trying to get a scientific award for writing this book. I just wanted to get the information out because I think it's very useful. And I think it will help countless people just throughout the years.
Awesome. Yeah. So you published the book last year, right? Yes. Or it's when it came out.
Came out last year, correct.
And tell us a little bit about the writing process. How did you write the book? Was it more talking? Was it typing? Was it longhand? How did you write it?
No, listen, I tell people all the time, I say, I want to write a book, but I just don't know how. I said, look, I dictated mine. I dictated my entire book. I worked with a publishing company, and they gave us the framework as to how to approach it. I wrote the book in 6 months. I think it was 6 months. And again, I used one of the apps that I dictated into it. It transcribed it, and then we put it all together. And I love that because I can, while I'm driving, I can dictate. While I'm waiting on an appointment, I can dictate. So I'm not one to sit there at the computer and try to, and longhand for sure. I'm not hand cramping and everything, no. And what I love too about the writing process that the publishing company that I use suggested, they would have writing rooms. So you could go on a Zoom and they say, hey, what are you working on? My goal is 1,500 words over this next hour. Okay, great. And what is your goal? Oh, I'm editing. Oh, I'm in this mode. I'm in that mode, wherever they were in the process. And so it was that concentrated time that was in my calendar, at least once a week to do that. And they had different times throughout the day. They even had I think they called the midnight club or something. I think it was like 11 to midnight or 10 to midnight. I was like, yeah, I'm in the bed. I'm not doing that. I said, but I like for you night owls that you have that option, but that's not, I'm not doing that. So
that's fun because then you have that designated time to write, which I think that's the one thing with I see what the authors struggle with is if they want to write a book and they don't have the time. If you don't do the time blocking or you don't set it like that, you won't ever get it done. Yeah.
It won't happen. And then to have the community with you, and then at the end of that time, say, hey, Dr. Holmes, did you meet your goal today? Actually, yes, I did better than that. And they were always like, how do you write so much? I'm like, I'm telling y'all, dictate. I'm telling y'all, I can talk for days,
we've been, so we tell our authors, and we've been using Otter, Otter. I don't know if that's the app you used or if you used a different one.
I used a different one, but yes, I'm familiar with Otter.
Which one did you use?
It's called, let me see, it's on my phone. I have to look at it. I'm Android.
Speech Notes.
Speech Notes.
I'm sure there's a bunch out there now. Otter's been around for years and years. We used to use it back when we had a book writing retreat and we transcribed everything and put it through Otter. Before that was some Dragon software. So it's been around for a while, but it's getting better and better as AI is getting better and better. You've probably noticed when you do talk to text on your phone, it's getting better.
Use the technology. That's why I tell people, use the technology. It's here for a reason. Use it as a tool.
And then you had an editor, I'm sure, to help you with the editing.
Yes,
and then,
that was one thing that wasn't included in the program that I purchased. And I was like, man, so you need different kinds of editing. I'm like, oh. Yeah. So that was a whole process, too.
Who knew that there was so many types of different editing, right?
I did not. I'm like, I give them the book, the manuscript, and they handle it, right? You have to tell them what to do. And I'm like, oh.
Okay. So tell us, how did you publish your book? Was it a traditional publisher or did you self-publish?
I self-published, yes. The publishing company that I hired took us through the process, and then they helped put it in the Amazon, KDP, and all that stuff. And I did it that way.
Great. Yeah, because then you get to keep your rights and royalties and you get to have control.
Absolutely.
Right?
Who doesn't like control?
Right. Well,
I'm definitely
traditional publishers, yeah, they take control away. So it's nice. We call them the publishing handcuffs. So I'm glad you didn't have that.
Not a fan.
Good. And then how did you do a bestseller campaign, or what kind of strategies did you use to put your book out, to release your book?
What I loved is that we had a book launch system, and I called, I emailed, I sent text messages to my whole network to ask them to help with the launch, and that was very exciting and helpful. And like, I have a friend who has a book that she published recently. She was supposed to have a launching party a couple weeks ago, but she had a family tragedy, and I think it's next month. And she did it differently, and I was like, oh, I didn't think about doing it that way. Okay. I just like the way that you get everybody involved. If you don't talk about your book, and that's one of the things that you got to talk about it all the time. I'm like, all the time. But then how about have your friends in your network talk about it for you, which is even better.
Yeah.
And so all roads lead to that, and I'm thankful that something as a foundation. My goal is to not only spread awareness, but also to speak professionally and talk about brain health and wellness. My doctor's in chiropractic, so everything is all together in wellness, and just help more people understand that there are options out there for brain health that don't necessarily include medications.
Yeah. Yes, we interviewed you about the neurofeedback on our other podcast, Elite Expert Insider, so people can go and listen there to get really the details of what's in your book. So definitely go check that out. But tell us a little bit about how you use your book now to market. I like the snowball effect you talked about, where you're having your people to promote you instead of you just only doing it. But how else do you use it to market?
One of the things that I do is when I'm on a podcast, I will offer the first chapter of my book as a gift for the listeners, because the person who is blessing me to be interviewed on the podcast, it's nice to give something back to them and to their audience. And one of the things that I was reminded to do is to make sure that you have a watermark on those pages. And I was like, oh yeah, I was just thinking, okay, send it out, boom. No, take that step, that step. I use my book that way. And then too, if I go to a networking event and they need a door prize,
you've got your book.
When I'm a vendor anywhere, exhibitor anywhere, like I'm participating in the Georgia Race for Autism next week, and so I'll have my Neurofeedback banner, I'll have my author banner with the QR codes to purchase the book, and then say, hey, you met the offer, why not have an autographed copy? And I autograph the copy right there. I also have it on my website, as you can order the book there. I hired a book coach to show me how to sell my books in bulk, because teaches you how to do that.
Right. I'm interviewing someone who does that in the next episode. So nice. That's specific on bulk book buys.
Niche. Yeah, niche everything down. So yes, it's nice to know which organizations to target and things. So there are a variety of ways of using this. I'm grateful to have it, and you should see people's heads snap back when you tell them that you're a published author. They're like, oh, yeah. And in the professional speaking world too, being an author is also a bonus. It puts you a step above those who do not yet.
Definitely. Yeah. What's one piece of advice you'd give an author with the experience that you've had now with publishing your book that would help them?
Dictate. Oh my gosh, dictate the book. Stop beating yourself up. And then one of the things the publishing company told us is to don't go back and correct everything grammatically. Just get it out. Get it out first, and then go back. But so my mom has since passed, but she's a language arts educator. And when I go through the transcription, I'm like, ooh, that's not how you. I'm like, nope, it's okay. I'll get back to it later. Dictate it, and don't correct anything until everything is out of your brain and onto somebody's paper or digital file. Yeah.
That's great advice. I love that. Tell people where they can go to get the book. I'm sure it's on Amazon and everywhere books are sold. And then your website. So what website is your website?
Sure. My website is braincoreofduluth.com. Brain core like an apple, so CORE of Duluth, D as in dog, ULUTH.com.
Great. We'll put that up in the show notes. People can go get the free chapter. We'll put the link to the free chapter as well. And you can go get a signed copy on her website. Thanks so much, Dr. Holmes, for being on the show.
Oh, I appreciate you inviting me. Thanks again for having me.
If you like this podcast, please subscribe, leave a comment. We'd love to hear your feedback. And of course, share this with a friend who you know that it would help. Hope you have a great day.
If you want to write a book and become a best-selling author, you're in the right place. At Elite Online Publishing, we can help you create, publish, and market your book so that it becomes a #1 bestseller. We work with a limited number of authors to ensure that they receive the best possible service. So if you want to learn how to write and publish a book that will empower you to smartly grow your brand, business, and credibility, apply today. We look forward to working with you.